gold I gave to Dromio is laid up safe at the centaur, and the heedful slave has wandered forth in care to seek me out. By computation and mine host's report, I could not speak with Dromio since at first I sent him from the mart. See, here he comes. How now, sir? Is your merry humour altered? As you low stroke, so jest with me again. You know no centaur? You receive no gold? Your mistress sent to have me home to dinner. My house was at the Phoenix? Wast thou mad that so madly thou didst answer me?
What answer, sir? When spake I such a word?
Even now, even here, not half an hour since.
I did not see you since you sent me hence, home to the centaur with the gold you gave me.
Villain, thou didst deny the gold's receipt, and toldst me of a mistress and a dinner, for which I hope thou feltst I was displeased.
I am glad to see you in this merry vein. What means this jest, I pray you, master? Tell me.
Yea, dost thou jeer and flout me in the teeth? Think thou I jest? Hold, take thou that and that.
Oh, hold, sir, for God's sake, now your jest is earnest. Upon what bargain do you give it me?
Because that I familiarly sometimes do use you for my fool and chat with you, your sauciness will jest upon my love and make a comment of my serious hours. When the sun shines, let foolish gnats make sport, but creeping crannies when he hides his beams. If you will jest with me, know my aspect, and fashion your demeanor to my looks, or I will beat this method in your sconce.
Sconce, call you it? So you would leave battering, I'd rather have it ahead. And you use these blows long, I must get a sconce for my head, and ensconce it too, or else I shall seek my wit in my shoulders. But I pray, sir, why am I beaten?
Dost thou not know?
Nothing, sir, but that I am beaten.
Shall I tell you why?
Aye, sir, and wherefore, for they say every why hath a wherefore.
Why, first for flouting me, and then wherefore for urging it the second time to me.
Was there ever any man thus beaten out of season, when in the why and the wherefore is neither rhyme nor reason? Well, sir, I thank you.
Thank me, sir, for what?
Marry, sir, for this something that you gave me for nothing.
I'll make you amends yet to give you nothing for something. But say, sir, is it dinner time?
No, sir, I think the meat wants that I have.
In good time, sir. What's that?
Basting.
Well, sir, then 'twill be dry.
If it be, sir, I pray you eat none of it.
Your reason?
Lest to make you choleric and purchase me another dry basting.
Well, sir, learn to jest in good time. There's a time for all things.
I just have denied that before you were so choleric.
By what rule, sir?
Marry, sir, by a rule as plain as the plain bald pate of Father Time himself.
Let's hear it.
There's no time for a man to recover his hair that grows bald by nature.
May he not do it by fine and recovery?
Yes, to pay a fine for a periwig and recover the lost hair of another man.
Why is time such a niggard of hair, being as it is so plentiful in excrement?
Because it is a blessing that he bestows on beasts. And what he has scant in men in hair, he hath given them in wit.
Why, but there's many a man hath more hair than wit.
Not a man of those, but he hath the wit to lose his hair.
Why, thou didst conclude hairy men plain dealers without wit.
The plainer dearer, the sooner lost. Yet he loseth it in a kind of jollity.
By what reason?
For two, and sound ones too.
They not sound, I pray you.
Sure ones then.
They not sure and a thing falsing.
Certain ones then.
Name them.
The one, to save the money that he spends in tiring. The other, that at dinner they should not drop in his porridge.
You would all this time have proved there is no time for all things.
Marry, and did, sir, namely, in no time to recover hair lost by nature.
But your reason is not substantial why there is no time to recover.
Thus I meant it. Time himself is bald, and therefore, to the world's end, will have bald followers.
I knew 'twould be a bald conclusion. But soft, who wastest yonder?
Aye, Antipholus, look strange and frown. Some other mistress hath thy sweet aspects. I am not Adriana, nor thy wife. The time was once when thou unurged wouldst vow that never words were music to thine ear, that never object pleasing in thine eye, that never touch were welcome to thine hand, that never meat sweet savour to thy taste, unless I spake, or looked, or touched, or carved to thee. How comes it now, my husband? How comes it that thou art then estranged from thyself? Thyself, I call it, being strange to me, that individable, incorporate, and thy dear self's better part. Do not tear thyself from me. But know, my love, as easy as thou mayst fall, a drop of water in the breaking gulf, and take unmingled from thence that drop again, without addition or diminishing, as take me from thyself and not me too. How dearly would it touch thee to the quick, if thou shouldst but hear I were licentious, and that this body consecrate to thee, by ruffian lust should be contaminate. Wouldst thou not spit at me, and spurn at me, and hurl the name of husband in my face, and tear the stained skin off my harlot brow, and from my false hand cut the wedding ring, and break it with a deep divorcing vow? I know thou canst. and therefore see thou do it. I am possessed with an adulterate blood. My blood is mingled with the crime of lust. For if we two be one, and thou play false, I do digest the poison of thy flesh, being strumpted by thy contagion. Keep then fair league in truce with thy true bed. I live to sting, thou on dishonor it.
Please you to me, fair dame. I know you not. In Ephesus I am but 2 hours old, as strange into your town as to your talk, who every word by all my wit being scanned wants wit and all one word to understand.
Why, brother, how the world has changed with you. When were you wont to use my sister thus? She sent for you by Dromio home to dinner.
By Dromio.
By me.
By thee. And this thou didst return from him, that he did buffet thee, and in his blows denied my house for his meat for his wife.
Did you converse, sir, with this gentlewoman? What is the course and drift of your compact?
Aye, sir. I never saw her till this time.
Villain, thou liest, for even her very words this thou delivered to me on the mart.
I never spake with her in all my life.
How can she thus then call us by our names? Unless it be by inspiration.
How ill agrees it with your gravity to counterfeit thus grossly with your slave, letting him to thwart me in my mood? Leave not my wrong you ought from me exact, but not that wrong with the more contempt come, I will fasten on this sleeve of thine. Thou art an elm, my husband. I a vine, whose weakness married to thy strong estate makes me with thy strength to communicate. If aught possess thee from me, it is dross, usurping ivy, briar, or idle moss, who, all for want of pruning with intrusion, infect thy sap and live on thy confusion.
To me she speaks. She moves me for her theme. What, was I married to her in my dream? Or sleep I now and think I hear all this? What error drives our eyes and ears amiss? Until I know this sure uncertainty, I'll entertain the offered fallacy.
Dromio, go bid the servants spread for dinner.
Oh, for my beads, I cross me for a sinner. This is the fairyland, oh, spite of spites. We talk with goblins, owls, and sprites. If we obey them not, this will ensue. They'll suck our breath, or pinch us, black and blue.
Why pratest thou to thyself, and answerest not? Dromio, thou snail, thou slug, thou sot.
I am transformed, master, am I not?
I think thou art in mind, and so am I.
Nay, master, both in mind and in my shape.
Thou hast thine own form.
No, I am an ape.
If thou art changed to aught, 'tis to an ass.
'Tis true. She rides me, and I long for grass. 'Tis so, I am an ass, else it could never be. But I should know her as well as she knows me.
Come, no longer will I be a fool, to put the finger in the eye and weep, whilst man and master laughs my woes to scorn. Come, sir, to dinner. Dromio, keep the gate. Husband, I'll dine above with you today, and shrive you of 1,000 idle pranks. Sir, if any ask for your master, say he dines forth, and let no creature enter. Come, sister. Dromio, play the porter well.
Am I in earth, in heaven, or in hell? Sleeping or waking, mad or well advised, known unto these, and to myself disguised. I'll say as they say, and persever so, and in this mist at all adventures go.
Master, shall I be porter at the gate?
Aye, and let none enter, lest I break your pate.
Come, Antipholus, we dine too late.